All right, all right, all right. So we have made it. We are here at day 4 of the Build Your Own Tinder app challenge. Now, today, I want to start by talking to you for a moment about making money with an app. Let's talk about that for a second, because it is really important that you have a plan and a strategy when you go into creating apps. You understand what it looks like to make money with an app. So what I want to talk to you first today is about how to charge $50 a month or more for your app idea. Because here's the thing, most people assume that their app needs to be free or 99 cents or something like that. And my advice to you is to not do that. Do not make your app free or 99 cents. If you do that, you will be super broke for at least the first few years of your entrepreneurial journey. Think about how many 99 cents you need to pay your bills, let alone to hire a team of people and to actually have a company running. That's a lot of 99 cents. If you want to do the math, be my guest, right? Divide it. However, you don't want to do that to yourself. So I want to give you a quick reality check here. Your app that you build, your idea, it should not be free or 99 cents or anywhere close to it. It just should not be. Reality check on that. So I want to give you instead a little bit of an activity that will help you reimagine. If you have an idea for an app or you one day want to create an app, I want to give you a little bit of a way to reimagine pricing, how much you can charge for it. So the first thing that I want to show you, right, I want to show you or have you think about is, who are the fast lane customers with disposable income that you can target? Fast lane customers with disposable income. Now, let me tell you what I mean by fast lane. For any business out there in the world, there are 3 lanes of customers that the customer can be in. Some people are in the slow lane. And this is a customer where if you sit down with them, you schedule a meeting with them, you talk to them, you explain to them your great idea, you explain to them what you're working on, they'll eventually get it and see the value and come around. Those are people who are in the slow lane. It takes them a little bit of time. You really have to lay it out for them and explain the value, but they'll get it eventually. Then there are people who are on the sidewalk. This is like my grandmother. Like, no matter what you do, she's not going to download your app. Just don't even try. She's not going to do it. Right? These are people on the sidewalk. We all know someone when it comes to new things or new apps, they're on the sidewalk. They're not even going to think about it. They're not going to try it, right? And then finally, there are people in the fast lane. These are people who are already desperately looking for you. Yesterday, they were Googling, trying to figure out if there was a company or a solution to help them with this problem that they have. And they've been searching high and low, trying to find you. They're desperate for it. Right? They keep complaining about how they wish someone would just launch a company to solve this problem. They already know that they have a problem. They're clear that they have a problem, and they're looking for a solution that you can solve. Those are people in the fast lane. So your goal when you build an app business, because remember, we're not just building apps, we're building app businesses. Your goal is to go after fast lane customers with disposable income. So let me give you an example of what I mean by that. So let's say that you have an idea for an app that helps you track groceries, let's say, right? Well, you could target the everyday person as your customer. You could. But the challenge is that the everyday person is strapped for cash. And so they're probably only going to pay you $1.99 for the app, right? However, an alternative is for you to go after a niche audience, a specific audience that is a fast lane customer with disposable income. So, oops, my slides went too fast. So, for example, you could go after recent graduates of business school or law school, right? They're coming out of school, they're entering into a nice cushy job, and they have a lot of their fast lane customers because, so you know they're gonna have disposable income because they're making this transition into a cushy job, right? They just went to school for a really nice job. And you know that they're fast lane customers because they're already spending money on convenience when it comes to this. They are spending money on Uber Eats and paying $5 every time they get food delivered to them, which is multiple times a week. And they have absolutely no problem paying that amount. They have no complaints about that. And they use Instacart to have all of their groceries delivered to them. And they spend $150 a year on that regularly, right? This is an example of how you could go after a fast lane customer with a high willingness to pay, right? An interest in what you're doing that's in the fast lane. So for you, I want you to take a second and think, What ideas does it spark for you for your app idea, right? For the idea that you have for an app business. Who are the fast lane customers with disposable income that you can target to start with your business? You can eventually get to everyone later, but you want to start and launch the business with fast lane customers with disposable income. So brainstorm that for a second. Who are your customers? If you want, you can write it down on a piece of paper. Who are they? Who could those people be? Now, the second thing I want you to think about is the opportunity to white label the app for a business who will pay you. So the business will be your customer, another business will be your customer, and you will white label the app for them. Let me tell you what I mean by white label. White labeling means that you design an app, then you take your logo off of the app, and you take the client's logo, the company's logo, and you put their logo onto the app, and you charge them a lot of money to kind of take credit for the app. It's called white labeling, right? So remember, I was telling you earlier this week about Josh, who's an entrepreneur I had the pleasure to work with. He built an app to teach music classes, right? Now, first, when he first came up with the idea, he was considering charging parents for the app. That's who he thought he was going to charge. And he thought about it and he realized he could probably charge about $5 a month for a subscription for parents to have their kids have access to the app. But then he asked himself a really critical question. He asked himself what companies or organizations would want their own version of this app, that would benefit from having their own version where they took our logo off and put that company's logo onto it, kind of took credit for it. They could take credit for it. And Josh realized, well, schools would really like to have this kind of app. And so he decided to make the app available to schools, and he charges the schools to give access to all of their students, and he does it as $5,000 contracts at a time. So he went from being able to charge $5 a month to $5,000 a year, or for a lifetime license. $5,000 is a big difference. So, and by the way, he can do that with multiple companies, multiple clients. He has 32 different schools that he white labels it with. So there's no limit on how many people you can white label your app for, right? It's just another approach to take. So what ideas does this spark for you and your idea? What kinds of companies and organizations would be interested in having a version of this app? Right? Because it's a really great way for you to look and to take in terms of monetizing and coming up with an app business, not just an app. So that is how to charge $50 a month or more for your app idea. You want to go after fast lane customers with disposable income, or you want to target an organization that would like to have their own version. Now, I want to ask you guys a question. I just want to check in here because we're now in day 4 of the challenge. We're getting closer to the end and we still have more to do, but I want to just do a quick check-in and ask you, are you learning stuff? Like, is this helpful? Has this been helpful for you to do this challenge? I hope so. And also, I'm curious if you're watching this video right now and you're thinking, okay, this is really good. I'm learning a lot of stuff in this challenge. I now want to take some of the stuff I'm learning and actually apply it to my own business idea to actually get a business up and running, an app business up and running. So I'm wondering if you want to start taking some of the steps to the next level. Because I know a lot of you guys have been emailing me or messaging me in the Facebook group saying this is so great, I'm learning a lot. I really want to apply some of what I'm learning to my own business so I can launch my own business. So if that is you, if you're thinking, oh, I'm learning a lot and I want to get this stuff applied, I want to talk to you about this really awesome program that I have. It's called Apps Without Code Bootcamp. And what it is an opportunity for us to work together, you and I, for us to work together for 2 months. And the program includes a lot of things, but you're going to get personalized coaching. There's going to be video tutorials. I've broken down step by step everything you need to do. Some of you guys, by the way, were looking for this challenge, the challenge that we're in right now. You were looking for this 5-day challenge to be so hard. You're like, oh, it's going to be really difficult. But it has not been difficult when you have a coach and a guide. Right? And so when you have tutorials of every single step you need to take, you don't waste any time and it's easy, right? So you get video tutorials and also the community that you need to start clarifying your app idea, building it, and making money from it. Making money from it. Let's see. So I have a question for you. And my question is, what if you could get my help and launch your app business in the next 60 days? Would you be in for that? Or what if you could have weekly access to your own startup coach? Would you be in for that? Or if you could learn how to make your app a premium price point, not a 99-cent app, but something that's maybe $50 a month, so that, let's do the math real quick, so you would only need 170 customers to make $100,000 this year, 2019. Would you be in? Would you be in for that? So After That Code Bootcamp is all about helping you finally build the app idea that you have been stalling on. I've been looking at all the comments in the Facebook group for this challenge. Some of you guys have had your app idea for weeks. Some of you guys have had an app idea for months, and some of you guys have had ideas for years. It is time to get the idea out. You've been sitting on it way too long. Also, Bootcamp is about getting a high-quality app without spending a ton of time or money or letting someone else take your idea and execute on it first, because that sucks. It totally sucks. So what I want to do is I want to walk you through kind of what the program looks like, because I know a lot of you guys are curious about the structure and you want to understand what it would look like to work with me so that I can help you with your app idea. So here's how the program works. And just so that you know, I am opening up right now enrollment in my winter and spring classes for Apps Without Code Bootcamp. So I am now looking for new folks to work with. And there's a small window of time where I will be letting folks come in and join the program, and then we're going to close it up. So here's how the program works. Part 1 is the course. This is pretty much all the stuff I wish I knew when I was getting started. So there's step-by-step video lessons, templates, tutorials, app guides, all the step-by-step things that you need, right? This challenge you're doing is a little bit of a sneak peek into what that will look like, right? So here's what happens when you get access to the course. You log in inside and you can see all the individual steps that you need to take in your journey. And you can click on each of the steps and there's specific directions of what you need to do along the journey. So it breaks it down and makes it completely easy for you. And here's the structure of how the program is going to work. Week 1, we're going to figure out your pricing. Like, how much should you charge for your idea? We're going to really refine your idea and then figure out how much you charge. $50 a month, 99 cents, $10,000. If you white label it, what are the options, right? Then on week 2, we're going to find your perfect customers. For a lot of you guys, there are a bunch of different types of customers who are going to be interested in what you're building. But there's only one type of customer that's the right one for you to start with, because they're fast lane customers and they're ready to go already. They're already ready to give you money to use this app. Then on week 3, we're going to pre-sell your app. What I mean by that is we are going to get people to pay you to use the app before you're even done building it. Why are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do that because if you pre-sell your app, then you know for sure when you sit down to build it that you're building the right things. Otherwise, you're playing a guessing game and it takes twice as long if you want to build it first, spend a long time building, then go back to talk to customers and the customers give you feedback and say they want some changes and you've got to do this ping pong back and forth. As you can see in this challenge, I'm all about getting you straight to the money, straight to the app build, and not taking a lot of extra time doing things that you don't need. So we're going to pre-sell your app in week 3. Week 4, we're going to work on your website and your brand. Then we're going to spend weeks 5, 6, 7, and 8 actually building your app together. Make sense? So that's part 1. That's the course that walks you through all the steps that you need to take. Now, part 2 is the community. And this is my second favorite part of this program. And so what I mean by community is you're going to get this wolf pack of other successful entrepreneurs to support you. Now, let me tell you why this is important. For many of you who are watching this video right now, I'm talking about you. You are around people where all they understand and know is a 9-to-5 job. That's all they know. And they think you're kind of crazy for wanting to be an entrepreneur, right? But this is one of the biggest hurdles in terms of people making a transition from having a traditional job to becoming an entrepreneur. You have to put yourself around other entrepreneurs because it's a totally different mindset that you need to have in order to succeed as an entrepreneur versus as a 9-to-5 employee. So here's an example of a post that was in the After That Code community. Shara says, hey guys, I'm about 90% to my launchable MVP. That's the first version of her app. How about you guys? I was thinking we could test out each other's apps in a working session before we actually go public to our audiences. Then we can troubleshoot on the call real time. Maybe we can do it Sunday hackathon style, right? So part 2 is you get this community, this wolf pack of other entrepreneurs to support you. And finally, in part 3, this is my favorite part. This is why this program is so different and so amazing and gets such great results for folks. So part 3 is that you get your own startup coach, so that when you're going like this and you're working on your business and you're working on things and trying to figure stuff out and you're going off course, but you don't even know you're going off course, your coach can say, no, turn left, turn right, and get you back on track. Right? So that you're not wasting time walking around trying to figure it out. So you're gonna get your own startup coach, and that is going to be, at least for the time being, for the next few classes that are signing up, gonna be me. It's gonna be working with me. So I told you yesterday about Carlos. Carlos is an entrepreneur I've had the pleasure of coaching. Carlos built an app for gyms. He did boot camp. He actually just started boot camp. He started boot camp 4 weeks ago. And he built an app for gyms to let people book basketball courts. His first customer was the YMCA. The YMCA wrote him a check and said, we want to pilot this at one location to figure out if we can pilot this in all of our locations. So he did that in one YMCA. He's charging them $300 a month just for that one location. And he did all of that in 4 weeks. Like, from idea, he wasn't really sure what he was going to do when he started boot camp. From idea to app built to money in the bank with a big client that was looking to scale, Carlos did that in 4 weeks when he did boot camp. I want to show you Ashley Williams as well. Ashley built an app for schools to hire athletic trainers. So she started with just an idea. She did not have everything figured out. She wasn't sure exactly how this app was going to play out. She just knew that she wanted to create an app business for herself to create some freedom and flexibility in her life. Since doing boot camp, she now has 50 customers. She's done $3,000 in revenue, but she did all of that in 60 days. So from idea to app built to revenue in just 60 days, right? This is what Ashley's app looks like. So if you run a school that has a football team or a basketball team, you need to have an athletic trainer on staff in case something happens. So what Ashley's app does is it pairs schools with athletic trainers who can come work at their games. So what you can do is you can type in information as a school about what you need for the game, how much you're going to pay someone, where the location of the game is, what the shift hours are from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. in Pacific time, etc. And her app will then match you to an athletic trainer for your game. This is what it looks like. And Ashley says, I personally cannot function successfully without structure, even if that means it will cost money. So from killing it in the gym with CrossFit to joining Apps Without Code Bootcamp, I personally do much better when I have a set plan to follow and an accountability group to check in with. Set plan to follow and an accountability group to check in with. And I want you to ask yourself, are you the type of person who does well when you have a set plan to follow and an accountability group to check in with? Because I know I am. Okay, and then I will show you one last example. This is Brittany Gerald. Brittany built an app for pharmaceutical companies to report their drug side effects to the FDA, the Federal Drug Administration. So before doing boot camp, Brittany had spent $30,000 trying to hire people to build her app for her. And she still had no app and no customers. But after doing boot camp, Brittany had a finished app. She had 2 large customers, but for her, these are $10,000 contracts. She charges $10,000 at a time. So 2 customers is $20,000 for her, right? So I like to show you these examples of what is possible. You can build any kind of business that you're looking to build, any kind of app business through this program. And I really love working with folks to help them actually get stuff built and executed and in the wild. So quick recap. Part 1 is the course, the step-by-step video lessons, tutorials, templates, and app guides. Part 2 is the community, this wolf pack of other successful entrepreneurs who support you. And part 3 is that you get your own startup coach. We will be working together to launch this and get this out in the world, right? So bootcamp works for a lot of different types of people, right? It works really well for antsy professionals who are getting tired of having their income limited by a 9-to-5 job. Who says that whatever your salary is what you get to make this year? Some company? No, you get to make more than that if you want to. It also works really well for existing entrepreneurs who want to add more tech savviness to their business. Bootcamp also works really well for busy parents who want to work part-time on a lucrative business so they can spend the rest of the time with their family. And it works really well for ambitious people who, this is you, by the way, talking to you, who need to stop being stingy with their idea and not putting it out there in the world and bless her with this great idea you've been stalling on for months, maybe years, right? So when I talk to folks, there's really kind of 3 reasons people don't get started, right, with launching an app business. First of all, sometimes people say that they're scared it's going to take too much time to launch an app business. And sometimes people say they're scared because they think it's going to take too much money, or they're scared it's going to be too hard. But the thing is that when you have a coach, it doesn't take too much time. You've seen how much time this challenge has taken you. Imagine what is possible when you dive in, actually get full amount of coaching and full work done. It doesn't take very much time. Also, it doesn't take that much money, right? You get to find the exact tools that are right for what you need, and your coach helps you with that. And so you don't waste a bunch of money, and it's not too hard because you know exactly what to do for every step, right? So things are really different when you have a coach. So you might be thinking, hey, Tara, bootcamp sounds really good. I'm really thinking about doing this. I want to work with you, and I want to work with you to get your help at launching my business, but how much does bootcamp cost, right? You might be wondering this. So for context, if you go and you hire a developer to build your app for you, you hire someone, it's going to cost you about $20,000, starting at $20,000 for them to build an app for you. I don't know if you know that, but that's how much it costs to hire someone to build an app. Also, for context, when I do this sort of training and coaching for entrepreneurs, I often go to Silicon Valley and I'm doing a lot of coaching for entrepreneurs and existing startups, and I charge them $10,000. I'm not going to charge you either of those things, though. I'm really proud to put this program together and make it accessible to you for $1,900. So you can do bootcamp for $1,900, or if you want to split that up, you can do it in 6 monthly payments of $380 a month. So whichever one works best for you. So you can go ahead and get signed up if you click on the link below, or go to join.appster.code.com, and you can enroll in bootcamp. And just to be clear, the promise of bootcamp, what we're going to be doing together is, 1, you're going to build the first version of your app, not a Tinder replica, but specifically your app. And number 2, you're going to learn a clear process for getting your first 100+ customers. That's the focus and the promise of bootcamp. That's what we're going to be doing and working on. So one bonus that I have for you, though, because you were in this challenge and have been working diligently for each of the days, I have a bonus for you. And this bonus is a fast action bonus. There's actually 2 fast action bonuses. And these bonuses expire on Sunday. So the same time this challenge explodes and goes away, these bonuses also explode and go away. And these bonuses are only available to folks who are in this challenge right now. So the first bonus, we talked about kind of price for bootcamp. So price is $1,900, or you can split it up into 6 monthly payments of $380 a month. However, when you pay in full, either today or sometime between today and Sunday, right? Sunday is the deadline. I have an extra bonus for you, and that is a 10% discount on top of the bootcamp price. So it goes from $1,900 to $1,710. You get a 10% discount on top of that. Now, just to be clear, that 10% discount is only when you pay in full. It unfortunately does not apply to the payment plan, which you can also sign up for, but that 10% discount is for the pay in full exclusively. Right? So you're getting After That Code Bootcamp, which is these 52+ video lessons, templates, tutorials, and app guides, everything you need to walk you through the process. You're also going to get 32 hours of live coaching with me. We're going to be working together over the course of a couple months. You'll be able to set your own schedule. And in fact, as soon as you sign up, you'll see a calendar so you can set your own schedule to work with me to get coaching that you need. You're also going to get access to the private After That Code community. Plus, this bonus is this 10% discount when you pay in full that expires on Sunday. Also, I just want to be really clear, I have a refund guarantee because I'm really big about people getting results and actually getting businesses up and running. So if you do the work and you are not happy with the course after 7 days, I'm super, super happy to give you your money back. So that's how this works. Cool. So as I mentioned, there's 2 fast action bonuses. I told you about one, which is a 10% discount, but there's another one. So again, when you pay in full today or anytime between today and Sunday, you're gonna get a second bonus. And the second bonus is a 2-hour live session with me. So in this 2-hour live session, we're gonna be setting up your app business plan. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna implement the exact system that I personally use to launch apps, to get 200 plus people on the wait list of the app, and to usually make about $10,000 in the first month as a result. So during this session, we're gonna research your perfect customer profiles. Who's the perfect customer for you to go after? Let's figure it out. We're gonna determine how much you should charge them, and we're gonna explore 3 ways you can charge $50 a month or more for your app. And then finally, we're gonna outline your email and social media marketing plan. That's what we're gonna do during this 2-hour live session together. So with Apps.Code Bootcamp, you're gonna get 32 hours of live coaching with me. You're gonna get access to the private Apps.Code community. Plus, because you're in this challenge, you got those fast action bonuses, a 10% discount, and the live session with me when you pay in full. That's what this looks like. So you can do all of that. You can enroll by clicking the link below. If you're ready to go, jump in right now so we can start working together. And so you can reserve a seat, because the classes get reserved in advance, right? So you want to get a receipt now so you can choose your own schedule. So you can do that by the link below or go to join.apps.code.com. And also when you sign up, you're going to type in the code FAST10. Let me show you what that looks like. I'm just gonna load this on my screen really quickly, and then we're gonna talk about what's coming next in this Tinder challenge, and I'm gonna give you your homework assignment. So let's see here. You can see this page. If you scroll down, there is a place where you can type in FAST10, make sure it's all caps, and that will give you your 10% discount. And if you are not looking to get the 10% discount and the live bonus session with me, you can click for payment plans and access this right here. So, make sense? All right. Now, here's what's coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow is our last day of the challenge, and we have a few things to finish and polish up in our Tinder app. So that is coming up tomorrow. And also, you have a homework assignment for the day. This is a small assignment. Your assignment is to go into the Facebook group, and post. And I want you to ask one question that you have about bootcamp. Make sure you tag me in your post. So one question that you have about bootcamp, and include #day4, #Tinder challenge. I'm gonna be going into the Facebook group and answering questions and talking to you about some things, helping you with your app ideas, but just ask one question that you have about Apps.Code Bootcamp, or it could be a question about your own business, your own app business idea. All right, I'll see you in the Facebook group. You can get that link to the Facebook group below, and I will see you there. Some of you guys are gonna be signing up immediately for bootcamp, really excited to talk to you and be working with you. And I will see you tomorrow for day 5, where we're gonna finish up our Tinder app. All right, bye-bye.